what's up? Sorry, I'm doing this different. Actually, the light's pretty dim, so let me turn on the light. Make it super bright. So I'm doing this live from my house because my son is sleeping. Thanks, Deb, for the $25 Venmo. Thank you. But yeah, I'm just going to be doing this live and, just kind of interacting with the chat a little bit. It's weird. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. So I figured I'm probably not going to be able to sleep too much. So I was like, I'll just go live. My son is doing better. He's off oxygen now. His O2 is staying right around 94%. But hey, stop. The dogs are licking the sofa. But he's doing better. So hopefully he'll be coming home tomorrow. Like I said, his oxygen is right at 94%. Now, when I was training as an EMT, oxygen levels were good if they're between 95 and 100, but apparently that's since changed. And now the doctors are saying it's good if it's between 92 and 100. So, and then they said if it's between 88 and 92, that's bad. And so it doesn't make any sense. But it's very good. Larry with the Cash App. Thank you, dude. But yeah, so I'm happy that hopefully he's coming home. My younger boy was kind of today. He was like, "Come on, where is he?" And then my wife is over it too because she's at the hospital with him. So she's kind of miserable. I could have probably had her come to the house and take a shower or something like that, but she didn't want to leave. So you know what I mean? She didn't want to leave, so she's there. She hasn't showered in 2 days. Starting to stank a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, they're in good spirits. I miss them. I would want them here. The dogs, you could tell. I would move it to show you Harley because Harley is the one that's really attached to Riley. Stop. And he is. You could tell he's kind of miserable. But hopefully he comes home tomorrow. I don't. For anyone that doesn't know, my son is in the hospital. He has been. This is his second night. And just because severe asthma, I guess. He has a viral infection, but they don't know what it is, and they're not going to go into it too much. So they're not going to research it because to them, the asthma is the bigger thing now. So they're trying to deal with the asthma and then the viral. But, that's what I said to the nurse. I'm like, if you discharge him because we fixed the asthma issue for right now, but he still has a viral infection. You know what I mean? I'm like, what if it comes back? Do you know what I mean? Because he does have severe asthma. So I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. So he's doing good. And matter of fact, I was going to show this later, but I showed him the Facebook comments and the Twitter comments. And see, he actually made this for you guys.
Hey everyone, thank you for the well wishes. Yeet.
So very quick, but he was pretty taken aback by how everybody was throwing their support. So that's good, But hopefully he's learned because he's gonna have to do a bigger regiment on the inhaler because his asthma is pretty severe. I mean, Even I had really bad asthma, but I never had it like that. Not whatever. But so it's a little scary for me. It's kind of put me in a position that I don't like. But he's doing good, and he really enjoys he's treated like a king there, so he likes it quite a bit. But yeah. What else? What if the viral is irritating the asthma? Yeah, I know. That's my way of thinking. So if they're not but then again, you can't give antibiotics or anything for viral infections. So they're limited in what they can do except let it run its course. He wasn't running a fever today. We all thought he was because my son gets rosy cheeks when he has a fever, either that or when it's cold outside. And his hospital room is not cold at all. It's actually quite warm. And he had the rosy cheeks, but he had no fever. So I don't know, but he's doing good. Hopefully they figured out because I asked him about antivirals. I asked him about all that. They didn't, you know. You hear the bunny over there. So yeah, it's a freaking zoo in this house right now. Because the bunny is annoyed because I don't let it out because it tries to jump on the couches. So when my wife is here, she'll chase it all around the house. I'm too stubborn to do that, so I don't do that. But speaking of stubborn, how about that White House press conference today? That thing was a shite show. Because if for anyone that doesn't know, they discovered some classified documents in one of Joe Biden's previous offices that he had in Washington, D.C. when he was a college professor. But he had an office, and his lawyers were cleaning out that office before the midterms and discovered them before the midterms and turned them over to the National Archives before the midterms. But they kept it really quiet and didn't say anything about it. And now there's an investigation going into it, and then news just broke that they actually found additional documents in a second location that were classified as well. So it's really bad because they're trying to draw like saying that it's different versus like the Trump documents, which it completely is, because mind you, Trump had the sole authority that he could declassify his documents. He could declassify any documents. Now, someone was saying that the vice president can declassify documents that he classified in the first place, which I don't believe is true, because he's a subordinate of the president of the United States. The president is the one that has the ultimate authority. So a lot of people are trying to make trying to say, especially on the lefties, they're trying to say that it's different, that there's a difference there somehow between, but not for the right reason, because there is a difference. There absolutely is. Donald Trump was able to actually legally able to declassify any document by just merely saying it's declassified, and it could be done. And it's never been challenged in the courts, so nothing's ever going to be done with it. It's not going to, it's just crazy. Someone said, no, the VP can't declassify crap. Yeah, I don't know. It was a comment from yesterday, so I don't know whether that comment is even true. But someone yesterday said that the vice president could declassify stuff he classifies. And like I said, I don't believe that's true. Peter Ducey really pissed off that woman questioning her about the documents. Yeah, but that's the thing. If you didn't watch the whole press conference, Fox News is really only playing that part. But there was more to it, because she was bombarded with questions. And then one reporter was like, listen, I know you're not going to answer, but you are the figurehead for this administration. This administration now has their own documents that, they have their own. I mean, here's the thing, guys, our Congress is pushing forth. I heard what Nancy Mace is putting forth a bill, right? And this stems from her kids. She's a congresswoman. Her kids had delayed flights this morning because of the FAA grounding, right? So Nancy Mace is putting forth a bill which would require Pete Buttigieg, the Department of Transportation Secretary, to fly commercial. Instead, he couldn't, basically a law that would be, if it was signed, which it's not going to, that this law would say that Pete Buttigieg has to fly commercial and he's not allowed to fly on private charter or anything like that, because, and I get the idea behind it. The idea is that he would have some understanding of what it's like to be an everyday citizen, which in part is a good idea. But here's the truth about it. Nothing's going to ever be accomplished this way. They're not going to be able to accomplish, like Pete Buttigieg is not going to do that. Everybody knows that. The bill's not going to pass anyway. So this is my problem with Congress, is they never pass anything that could have any consequence whatsoever. So this bill, even if the House passes it, right, it's going to die in the Senate. We don't have a majority in the Senate. So it's going to die in the Senate. And certainly if it does get up in, somehow it passes the Senate as well, Joe Biden's never going to sign it. That's his transportation secretary. Do you know what I mean? So there's all this posturing about these bills. It's kind of like the IRS bill, right? So yesterday they voted and passed this bill that would essentially, I think they passed it. They introduced it at least and debated it. They did pass it. This bill that passed the House, the first bill, and they said they were going to do it. They're following through with their promises, where they said they're going to remove the funding that was allocated in the big infrastructure bill for the 87,000 IRS agents. It's not going to pass the Senate. They're never going to get the numbers for the Senate, so it's not going to pass the Senate. They know that. So the only reason they would pass the bill is for posturing, to say, look, we tried to stop this. And I understand that politically. I get why they're doing it. But here's the bigger issue that I have. If it's all about political posturing, why haven't like they today filed impeachment papers for Mayorkas? I agree with it. Mayorkas is doing a horrible job as Homeland Secretary, or Homeland Security Secretary. However, wouldn't it be better suited to do impeachment papers on President Biden? Just on the premise that he had classified documents outside of where he was allowed to have it. We already know he committed a crime. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And here's the thing. They got a House impeachment. Trump's first impeachment was based on fake shit. It wasn't even based on anything real. It was based on a person's perception of what happened during a phone call with Zelensky. It was nothing that had actual concrete, evidence. Nothing. Literally, it was based on the perception of one person, Vindman. Now you actually have evidence. They should be filing, if they haven't already today, it should have been day one. They should have filed impeachment articles, because here's the thing. They would have had an impeachment inquiry on President Biden, and then he would be impeached. Because everybody knows the job that he's doing in this country is horrible. So, and we have a Republican majority in Congress. So even though we know that it would die in the Senate, right? He's not going to, because that's like the charges, right? And then it would go to the Senate, where they'd hear on it and do all that stuff. And it wouldn't pass the Senate. It would never have the votes, because, again, the Senate's Democrat controlled. Why not do that? If you're going to push something for symbolism, if you're going to push something for political posturing, why aren't they pushing something that would have actual consequences? Actual consequences. Because then think about it. For the re-election campaign, you say Joe Biden has been impeached. It's just like they do with Donald Trump, the twice impeached president, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing with Joe Biden. It's the same thing. I don't know why they haven't done it. And that it's almost like they don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's almost like that they don't want to do it. They want to do all this posturing to get you guys and other conservatives, me, to believe that they're actually going to do something, but they're not. They're pushing bills that have no symbol. They're not going to achieve anything. And I think most people know that. I think you guys all know that. I certainly hope you do. Hold on, I'm trying to move this thing, but I got this is all balanced right now. I'm using my iPad to stream because I was trying with the other. I couldn't get the wiring to work, but the iPad so far, the picture's going good. The sound probably sucks, but whatever. As April is putting in your chat, today is the day for you guys to go over to puretruthcoffee.com and buy one of our patriotic ASF bundles. Okay, I have a lot going on, but both with the business and personally now with this massive hospital bill we're going to get for my son. So it would mean a lot if you do go and purchase. You can do the hoodies. We still have that sale going on where you get the hoodie, or you put the hoodie in your cart and then add a mug, and then the mug is completely free. And but I prefer the patriotic ASF bundles, which, again, 2 t-shirts, hats, brand new patches, a bag of our Fiery But Peaceful. That's the only place you can get it. You can't order Fiery But Peaceful anywhere else except in those patriotic bundles. Like I said, the tactical hat that we now have with the new patches that we put out, a sticker pack, 2 t-shirts or a hoodie, depending on what you choose, plus a book written by a veteran, and a bunch of other stuff that we put in a 50 caliber U.S. military surplus 50 caliber ammo can, and then we pack it up and send it out to you. So I would really appreciate it if everybody that's watching right now across all social media channels, I don't see Rumble, but across, all of our regular social media, we have 420 people watching. So I would appreciate it if every single one of you use the code Patriot. You'll get 10% off your bundle order, but get your orders in today. We are very, very close to getting to a really good point, because what I want to do is I'm going to be moving my office to the store. The store is actually going to have extended hours, probably 7 days a week, or at least 6 days a week, and will be open. Originally, I was only going to open a few days and very limited hours because I had to drive all the way back to Winchester to my office and then prep for the show and all that. So I figured it makes more sense for me to move the office down there. I'm going to sublease out the warehouse, keep the other warehouse, move all of our storage stuff over to the other warehouse. It's just a big mess, but ultimately it takes a lot of money to do all that stuff. So I got to get cable back installed in the store so I could be able to do the live streams and all that. And then the Rational American podcast, like I've been saying for a while, it's going to go. Mark said Steve's hoodies are twice as small from real hoodies. Only the ones I wear, homie. But that's not true either. So I don't know why you would write a comment like that. Because that, Mick Wyman, because you know that delay that causes people not to buy something when you write stupid ass shit like that in my chat. So our hoodies are the same size as every other hoodie. So I don't know why you'd write that. So please don't write that kind of stuff. It's stupid. If you ordered like a large and you got a small and you don't know how to read, that could be one of the issues. And that's something that we would fix if that happened. It doesn't happen much, but yeah. That's what I would do with the house, man. That's what I would do. Rob said, I've heard about this for a year. Get it together, bro. I don't know what you're talking. But that's God. See, I don't even know why I'm going live. Because I hate trolls. This is why I don't want to use I just hate people, bro. Hold on one second. Oh, you're lucky. I can't fucking get you. You're lucky. Someone said, Baba Booey said, hey, how are you? I'm curious. Are butt cheeks one word or shall I spread them apart? Oh, you're funny. Hey, you know what's funny is when we have ravioli in our house, we call it butt cheeks. That's funny. I don't care who you are right there. Because we were trying to get the little guy to eat ravioli. And one day I was like, just eat the butt cheeks because they were like together on his plate. And he cracked up so much and he ate the ravioli. And then he discovered he likes ravioli. Sometimes it's you got to be careful. Mick said, I'm not trolling. I ordered a hoodie. It was small as shit. Then you ordered the wrong size hoodie, Mick. And you never sent me an email. So you could have sent me an email and said, hey, Steve, I ordered an extra large hoodie and it fits like a extra small. What can we do about it? And I would have sent you another hoodie because that was probably a fluke. But, and then he put some phone number in the chat. Hey, April, I don't know if you're on Facebook. Why don't you just get rid of Mick? Because he's posting phone numbers in the chat and stupid stuff like that. That would be nice. Or just time him out and delete his phone number. Someone said, don't forget to eat and sleep yourself, Steve. No, I ate. Sleeping, I'm not really going to be able to sleep until my whole family's back in the house. The little guy fell asleep good and early, and he's in my room, so we'll sleep in my big bed because he likes it. The kids both like sleeping in that bed, and I hate it when the kids sleep in the bed because I roll around and stuff like that, and I hate it. What does TAT stand for? The Angry Turnip. The Angry Turnip is what it stands for. So, but hold on one second. I'm tired of this motherfucker, bro. Tired of it. There, bam. You just got blocked. I hate people, bro. Hold on, I gotta delete that. Oh. There. You should do a range day. You know what's weird? Because I was thinking about that the other day, going to a range. Hopefully, if I lean back like this, can you guys still hear me? But I was thinking about that the other day of going to a shooting range, and I was looking them up, and I don't think there's one anywhere close. There are gun clubs, and I could join a gun club, but I like when I do pistol shooting, I like to do it indoors. So I don't know. And I know I did the last time we lived in Virginia, there was a place in West Virginia that I did a dare, a Tough Mudder with my brother. And we ran a Tough Mudder, and it was at this insane gun range. and it was in West Virginia someplace. I don't know where, but the gun range was insane. But I liked it. I liked it. Someone said, "You're here snoring. Is that the doggo?" Yeah. That's that fucker. He's just snoring. And then the bunnies, you can kind of see the head of the bunny right there. But yeah. Yeah, Harley that's that one. And yeah, he snores like crazy. No outside mag dumps. Yeah, that's the thing too. Indoor shooting range, you can usually do like a double tap or something like that. And still, anytime I've done it, I got yelled at. But yeah. What else is going on with you? Hopefully lots of you guys are going to the store, because like I said, it's I'm doing a push just to have the best month ever. So we finally just unbury this stuff and get it working. The link's in the chat too if you guys are interested. Someone said the TV giveaway did happen. It was Daniel, I don't remember the last name. Daniel something. I emailed him yesterday. Whitmore White House. I don't remember his last name, but he won. He bought a mug. Like it always makes me sad because I'm looking and I'm like, I wish it was someone that bought a TV, but he'll get it. So you received your Truckle bundle today. Thank you. Yes. You know, a lot of people are saying Facebook feed. I guess Facebook's been having some problems with the live streaming lately. And I don't know who it is. It's not my, maybe it's happening to every live stream on Facebook. I'm not quite sure. But Aaron said you missed your Harley. He's having to stay the night at the vet. Yeah, this big son of a gun. This is all he does all day long. He just sits there like this, like his eyes just open. He just sits there and he snores all day long. Like, see that stack of blankets? Those were up on, folded up there. He pulls them down. He makes himself a nice bed. And then he goes. The other dog is either sleeping on the floor next to Liam or climbed up in the bed. Hopefully not, because that's my bed and I don't let the dogs up there. But, yeah. Someone said, do we sell sample packs of our coffee? No, because our store is free. So if you want samples, you can come into the store when it's open and get free coffee that way. But someone said, that's how you treat someone that supported you and ordered gear. I was simply saying hoodies are small, at least the one I got, but that's cool. I'll take. No, I blocked you because you put a phone number in the chat. Now, and if you didn't know, we have a long-standing rule, and I think our longtime viewers will be able to tell you that we have a long-standing rule that if you put a phone number in the chat and you don't delete it when we tell you to delete it, we will ban you. Long-standing rule ever since the riots, because we would have a lot of people that hate us that would watch the live feeds and any personal information would be used against them. So that's why I said, please delete your phone number. Asked April to do it. You then got on there and be like, yeah, it's my real phone number, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, so you don't care about our rules that we've set here. And so you're done. That's it. Has nothing to do with the fact that you got a small sweatshirt. In fact, send me an email. Send me an email with your order number, and I will send you another free sweatshirt that fits your size. Okay? So just we'll just put that out there. That's how you treat. No, that's because you can't follow simple rules. Someone asked that is a signed Tim Thomas, the Zdeno Chara photograph when they played the Maple Leafs several years ago. I've had that thing since my first son was an infant. I think I bought it at a place, and it was one of my stupid purchases that my wife has let me keep because we didn't have a lot of money at that time. And I saw it, and Tim Thomas was my favorite goalie ever, really, for the Bruins. And obviously Chara is Chara. And so I was like, I have to have that. And so I bought it. And that was in the office when I was the sales director. That was in the office when I was doing the Freight Broker Live stuff. And then it's since My wife doesn't. If you saw the walls when I moved the camera around, she doesn't like stuff on the walls. She doesn't. We don't have family photos up. I've been bugging her for forever. Like finally in the last house, I won that battle and she put family photos up. But I like when I grew up, all my uncles and cousins and grandparents, they had walls full of photos, right, of all the family members. And so I don't have a say in what goes on the walls in this house. Let's just be honest. So this is not my house. This is hers. So I just bought it for her. Someone said, I've been here since the riots and they weren't mostly peaceful. That's correct. Lonnie said, let's all buy coffee and mugs to cheer up Steve's son. Yeah, he would. That would cheer him up. But I'm not using him as a ploy to go for people to buy more. I've been on this kick for a couple of days of just trying. But actually, the month of January is going to be it. So that's why I was just saying I need as many people as I can. Like the bunny is like it. The bunny does a sloth thing. I can't zoom in, but it does a sloth thing where it just slowly wiggles its way out of the back part where it's sleeping. And then usually what it does is it will go over to the end and then it will like spray. And then if there's any shoes on the bottom, it'll get and bunny spray is awful. But Cheryl said, do I miss living in Florida now? I miss it because I had like friends there. You know what I mean? Not even as much as friends. I miss it because there was, I did. I had all my gym buddies and stuff like that. And there was a lot more to do. Like if I need anything now, I have to either go to Winchester where my warehouse is or even Loudoun County to get decent clothing, anything like that. I just you can't get it locally. That's the only thing I'm in. Well, see, I had a Harley when I lived in Florida, but I didn't ride it that much because I was afraid of getting killed by an old person. And that is that's not ageism or anything like that. No, it's a very real thing. Haley, stop. Haley, stop. The other dog is doing something. Hey, stop. But you want to see her? She's hiding over there. Can you see her? That's all the Christmas shit that we haven't put away. Haley, come here. You watch, she'll jump right up. She's stupid. Come here. What's this? What's this? See? What's this? See that? See? She's stupid. She's the one that always just needs attention all the time. Right? But she also she knows that my son and my wife aren't here. So she's like paces up and down. Like this morning, because normally she goes over to my wife's side of the bed and we'll wake her up when she needs to go out around 5 o'clock in the morning. But of course, my wife wasn't here last night. She was at the hospital. So, and my son was there. So around 5 o'clock this morning, I wake up because my son is like, stop it, Haley, stop. And he's hitting her with a pillow because she kept trying to jump up thinking it's my wife to wake her up to take her outside. So I got up for the day and took her outside and they're good. I mean, they've learned they don't go inside. That we got them, they were a couple of months old, but they were caged. So they were rescues, but they pretty much lived the couple of months that they that they existed in a cage. This dog, the one that you saw, they're all they're brother and sister. So Harley, Haley, and then another one. They all just like lived in a cage. So they were really close. But the other dog, because it's weird, because you saw Haley's face. Haley, come here. What's it? So you see like her face looks like that, whereas Harley's face, he's got more of the pit bull type face, and the other one was like a weird mix between the two of them, but was way smaller. And so even the vets and all that, they're like, don't get all three of the dogs because if you do, they're going to be mean to the little one. You know what I mean? You're good. This dog also is afraid of her own shadow. She's afraid of everything, right, Haley? You're afraid of everything, but yeah, she's afraid of her own shadow constantly. Like if you sit next to her but you don't pet her, she will like start shaking and then freak out and run away because she doesn't know what's gonna happen. But someone said You just hopped on. See, she's already trying to make her escape now. Okay. Right. But they took my son off oxygen, and he's sitting with like a 94, 95 pulse ox. So whatever they're doing is working. You know, he's still wheezing. He's still short on breath. So I'm not sure if they're going to let him leave. Someone in the chat said he has to be at a 95 or higher sustained. What they wanted to do is they wanted him to, tonight, they want to lay him flat and see what his pulse ox does. Because when he was playing chess, right? And they had taken him off the pulse ox. They switched his treatments to every 4 hours instead of 3. And then they I got some payment for some. I got $4.20. Thank you, dude, from Lance. Sent $4.20 via Venmo. But yeah, so they're doing his treatment. So they want to lay him flat because when he was playing chess, just sitting up with my wife, his pulse ox dropped back down, and all the bells and alarms started going off and all that. And then he kind of sat back. So I don't know. It scares the crap out of me, to be honest, because I've never asthma's bad, dude. Asthma's bad. It scares the crap out of me, to be completely honest. Someone else said, does anyone else's live stream keep freezing up? Nope, it's just yours. Hopefully. But, yeah, you know what I mean. Hopefully it's not anybody freezing up, but likely is. Also, I'm just going to keep spamming this link in the chat. If you want to buy the Patriotic As F bundle, it's a sick bundle. It comes in a 50 caliber surplus ammo can that still does smell like gunpowder. It also has a custom tumbler in it, a book written by a veteran, 2 t-shirts or a hoodie, depending on what you choose, a new tactical hat that we're going to start carrying crazy. I'm going to get them embroidered too. Plus our new patch kits, sticker patches, our fiery but peaceful coffee roast, all in that ammo can. Once I get, later, after I get all the stuff situated with the internet at the store and all that, I am going to buy one of those Cricut machines, Cricut, however you say it, because then I can make the stencil to spray paint the cans with the Pure Truth logo on the side. But I also, there's a lot of cool shit you could do with those. You could make stickers. You could do a lot. So I'm going to do that. Someone, and I did see someone said, how long is my beard going to grow? I'm not going to shave it until next summer, July. So we'll see. I'll trim underneath here. Someone said, Steve, did you see the breaking news? No, I didn't. What is it? Is it on Twitter? Let me see. Is it on Twitter? April, you have one? Because you guys mentioned it with the stencils, and then my wife is like, do not buy one right now. And I said, I'm not going to. But eventually I'm going to. Because I can make the stencils for the mugs, and I could do other stuff. So I could do other like sayings, or not for the mugs, but for the ammo cans. I could do other sayings on it. Eventually, too, once everything starts really ramping up, then we'll do laser etching on the things. What was I going to look up? Oh, I was going to look. Someone said something about breaking news, but I don't know. Like the old iron-ons, that would be cool. I don't know what you're talking about. T-shirt stencil transfers too. Mickey with the $20 Venmo. Thanks, homie. Thank you, dude. There's so much breaking news all the time. There are police officers shot. There's everything. What? A House resolution was introduced 2 days ago to put a bust of Zelensky in the House wing of the Capitol building. Shut the fuck up, bro. These people are so stupid. They're so dumb. I don't see what breaking news there is. What breaking news? Dory said they're easy to use and not real expensive. You should make a Lego block hood of Angry Turnip. What do you mean? What, Lego blocks with the Angry Turnip? Yeah. I'm guessing that's what you mean. Good to have a medical necklace for your son too, and a goodie. There's air purifiers all through this house because of the dogs. So both the kids are. We suspected that they were. We suspected that they were allergic to the dogs, right? And myself and my wife as well, because it would give asthma. Like if I sleep on this couch, my eyes will be crazy the next day, stuff like that. But they gave my son a skin test, and he is in fact allergic to the dogs. See, she's out. I told you can't pet her. Like if you stop petting her, she starts freaking out. And now what she'll do is she'll pace around the house for a few minutes. She may come back, or she'll cuddle with him, and do that. Like she'll literally get on top of Harley and just lay on top of him. Usually. So, and I'll show you the picture when they do that because that's always funny. April said, you bought it to make t-shirts and stuff. Your husband is a football coach. And that's like the requirement in Texas, yeah. Does the rabbit hair affect your son's breathing? Rabbit hair and guinea pig hair almost killed you. Yeah, it did, because initially we had 2 rabbits. Can you hear her just pacing back and forth? That's what she always does. Because what they do is they're typically sleeping in Riley's room, but I have the door closed, and then we're going to make a no dogs in Riley's room policy because he's also a severe asthmatic. We're going to have to change so much that we do. Because, yeah. And so she doesn't know what to do. She's literally, you can hear her pacing. Just what she does. And you know what's the worst part is when she does it in the middle of the night because you hear the nails in the hallway. It's so annoying. Is it hair or the dander? It's hair for the bunny, dander for the dogs. Because the dogs don't really shed that much. But they leave. It's like the dander, their skin, and that we're all allergic to. And we figured it out real quick, but by then we already adopted the dogs. So we knew within like 2 days. Right, Harley? Right? You want to come here? No, you're not gonna. He's setting up. He's stretching. He's like, I'm out of here. He's wondering where she went. They're probably up on the bed with the other boy in my room. We'll find out soon enough. They do have CBD for dogs. Yeah, we get a prescription. Like she will, because she's just nervous all the time. So if I take a trip, she'll puke in the car, stuff like that. When we had these 2 dogs, Jonathan asked again. Weren't you the one that just asked in the chat? It was Daniel something. I don't remember. Whitmore or White House or something like that. Who won the TV? That the TV giveaway was 2 days, and I did the drawing yesterday morning. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I was thinking about talking about this abortion thing that came out of Florida today, but I don't want to. Can't deal with it. I just can't deal with any of this stuff anymore. I'm just checking one thing, guys, real quick. There's a couple of you guys on the store. Hopefully someone buys some stuff. You went to the video, saw the thing. Oh, yeah, you want to see? I'll show you. This is for anyone that was curious about my son and all the people that wrote the comments and all that. We showed that to him. He was really happy. So he made a video for you guys. Look. If it plays.
Hey everyone, thank you for the well wishes. Yeet yeet.
The yeet yeet kills me. But it was funny because we took the video and then I was watching it back and I'm like, oh my God, you look so much worse than he is, because he had the rosy cheeks and all that at the time. But he's good, man. Hopefully he comes back tomorrow. Hopefully he comes home tomorrow. Steve, did Virginia have a special Senate thing and flip to seat? I don't know. There was a special Senate race or something today, but I don't know if they flipped the seat. Virginia. I don't think it was a Senate race. special election. Aaron Roos claims victory in 7th District special. Unofficial results are in for Virginia's 7th District special election, and the projected winner is Andrew Roos. He's a Democratic Virginia Beach City Council member and former NFL player, and was facing off against Republican retired Navy Lieutenant Commander Kevin Adams for this is state Senate. Yeah, that was it. So it was a Republican that flipped a state Senate seat, or a Democrat that flipped a Republican held seat. Really? Republican from District 7? That's what? Virginia Beach, right? Aaron Roos has won a special election for the state Senate seat in Virginia. Roos, yeah, I already said that. Mickey, thank you for that. Oh. So Mickey is the one he's sending me because he can't talk anymore on Facebook because he got banned for posting his phone number. Now he's sending me Venmos complaining, "Hey, dude, do that all day long if you want." You can do that all day. You want to bitch at me? You can do it if you keep sending the $20 ones. Oh, this is Harley. He's a good one. Look, Harley, what's this? You see that? What's this? See? Is that you? See that? You see that right there? Who's that? I wonder if he would look. Harley, who's that? Who's that? Look. Who's that? Who's this? No, he doesn't do it. He doesn't care. He just wants to be pet. But he's a good dog. Right? And this is what everybody is like complaining about all the time, saying, "Oh, these pit bulls, they're such miserable dogs." He's a good dog. His breath stinks. Oh my God. But he's a good dog. But just like April says in the chat, if you go to puretruthcoffee.com and you put a hoodie in the cart and then add a mug to your cart, the mug is 100% free. It's that awesome. So, and Mickey, if you're still watching, that's what you should do. Just make sure you order a size up because you apparently can't order the right size. He has a face that looks like he wants to say something. The dog? Yeah, he does. But Jack Posobiec and a bunch of other morons on social media, they're like calling for the banning of, Matt Walsh did it the other day saying all pit bulls need to be banned because they're responsible for 60% of the fatal dog attacks. And so I spit real facts at him, right? Because yeah, they are responsible for 66% of the 48 total fatalities, right? So you want to basically kill or ban 18 million dogs for the actions of 33. Like, those are the facts. Those are facts. And everybody always wants to talk about how they're awful dogs. In fact, 72% of all of the attacks that I just mentioned, the fatal attacks, 72% of the 33 fatal pit bull related attacks in 1 year span were not one dog doing it. That it was 2, 3, 4 dog pack animals. It's just annoying. Steve, they're sending military to Japan. We already have bases in Japan. 117 aircraft up right now. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're just making up stuff. There's nothing online about Japan, so I have no idea what you're talking about. You're saying military aircraft. There's nothing on social media regarding Japan. Nothing at all. Yeah, send me the link. Make sure you email it, though. We've got 2 pit bulls, and they're awesomes. It's all how you raise a dog. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'll be honest. Whenever I read one thing about, pit bulls with a bite or anything like that, yeah, it freaks me out. It does freak me out. But someone said app, it came out about 15 minutes ago. What app? What are you talking about? Do they think the boys will grow out of the asthma? I did. I had pretty severe asthma. I kept getting pneumonia. I was hospitalized as a kid, from the age of like 7 to 15. I was hospitalized maybe half a dozen times for asthma-related issues, and even more with just going to the hospital, but being like admitted to the hospital many, many times. Show us your pupper. Someone did. I already did several times. Right, Harley. He just stopped eating for a second without even lifting his face. Harley, what are you doing? What are you doing? You here? Come on, someone wants to say hi. Go, come here. Up, come on, fat ass. Come on, see? All right, so this is Harley. He was eating. All right, now get down. You stink. Oh my God, you stink. Go. He just wags his tail and he goes right back to the food. But Jay Lancaster said pits are born to kill. It's in their blood. I've seen it in week-old pups. Well, you just saw one. Does that dog seem like it's ready? It's born to kill? I don't know. I think people just try my patience. I think that's what they do. I think people just try my patience. But yeah, I outgrew asthma. I still get, like, if I get like a really bad cold or something like that, I'll get wheezy, but I had sports-induced asthma. So every year, because I did track and cross country in middle school and high school, and I used to have to do like a thorough steroid regimen. They would give me a shot right before the season, and then I would have to take all the different chats. Yeah, so Mickey sent another $5 to tell me, you will be broke soon. No more riots, and you can't keep a real audience. Okay, buddy. I have, now 376 people plus whatever's on Rumble listening to me talk about dogs, bro. That's pretty good. Just to, just talk about nothing for what, an hour? It's crazy that someone would then spend $35 just insulting me via Venmo. But keep doing it, Mickey. But Judy said, is my son home? No, he's still at the hospital. Hopefully he'll come back tomorrow. He's off of oxygen now. His O2 was sitting between 94 and 95 when he was upright and when my wife was, making sure he was paying attention. But yeah. Dogs are something, yeah. And that big ass dog too, what he'll do is he'll see Riley's door closed and he'll just push that door open, even though it's like locked. Write a song about Mickey. Maybe I'll have to. That's a good thing about if I do move it back to the store, I can do some singing there because I can't do it at the warehouse because there's other people around besides like the intro and stuff. Because he said, like, I was talking to the guy that's in the office right next door because he comes in, he has another job too. So he works third shift at one of the factories. And I asked him, because I've seen his car in the parking lot, and, I sometimes I'll sing the intro. And so I asked him if he hears me talking. He said no. And I'm like, that's weird because I hear your bell and I can hear you guys talking. And yeah, who knows? You just put the 2 pieces in the messenger. I will check. It was just announced, someone said. Hold on. Now you're going to make me log in. Switch over from my personal account to this one. So difficult. How do I do messenger on this damn thing? I don't have an email from you. Did you do it on Twitter? No, you didn't even send me a message on Twitter. So I don't know where you're sending the messages on me, but your best bet would be to send me an email. That would be the best bet. Andrew, I want to give a shout out to Andrew who bought a XX patriotic bundle. Thank you, Andrew. Did you get the coffee shipment? You know, it didn't come today, so I'm going to have to call them and find out what's going on because I need the coffee. You know what I mean? Now, because my son may be discharged from the hospital tomorrow, I'm not opening the coffee shop tomorrow. I have enough coffee to open. I don't really have any coffee to sell, though. You know what I mean? So, dude, if you're going to come up, you're going to come up. Go over there. Over there. Go. Yeah. 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 Get away from me, you stinky asshole. Go. Good dog. And it's like when I say that and he starts walking away, but if I say good dog, he's like, wait, I can come up? Because he's stupid, right, Harley? Are you dumb? You want to see? Are you dumb? Oh, he's hiding. Oh! Oh, hold on. See him? And then she's done. She's like, whoa, Daddy's dropping tablets. Don't fall. Now it's too high. Oh, God. I can never get a break. Now it's tipping. What is going on here? Whatever. Does anyone know if the sweatshirts run big? No, they're the right size. Mickey keeps sending the Venmos. I'll keep reading them too, buddy. From now on, though, Mickey, because I know you're watching, I'm not reading anything you send that's under $10. You said you've begged for people's help over a hoodie question. You got pissed. Better change your ethics fast because I see you. ... Well, Mickey, come see me, bro. You fucking pansy. Dude, I hate stupid ass babies like that. Just for anyone that doesn't know, Mickey was in the chat bitching that he bought the wrong size hoodie. Never told us, so there's nothing we could do. I offered to send him a free hoodie, but he posted his phone number in the chat. Anyone that's been watching for a long time knows we have rules against that. So what did I do? I was nice. I said, delete your phone number. He said, no, that's my real number. And I said, fine, I'll ban you because you're not following the policies and procedures that we've had in place for a long time. So what I would like everybody to do is go buy hoodies and write Mickey in the comments just to let me know, like F Mickey. Oh, yeah. Don't be a Mickey. I could make some shirts of the Mickeys. Displaced Viking said, you need art on the walls. I am an art restorer. Tell me what you like. I could see what I can do. It has to be antique. What do you mean for this house? My wife won't put them on. My wife's an artist. She's sold paintings for tens of thousands of dollars. She hasn't really painted anything in a long time, but she won't do anything. She doesn't have time. You know what I mean? She needs inspiration. Is his new name Mickey Mouse? It might as well be. He's acting like a fucking child. Ooh, see what I did there? That was a good one. Oh, man. It's funny because this is one of the reasons why I hate doing, hate chat, because it's always just one person that pisses me off. And then I'm just like, you know what? Why do I even bother doing this? You know? But I'm not doing it for the Mickeys. I'm doing it for the Displaced Vikings and the April, of course, and Debbie's and the Deborahs and the Bryans and all the people that have been watching forever. I don't do it for the Mickeys. You know what I mean? So I just got to remind myself of that sometimes because it pisses me off. But the night crew, like this show, I should have said instead of special episode, it should have been night crew. The night shows that I'm going to do late at night, they're just going to be just kind of off the wall, interacting with chat and stuff like that. I'm not doing, more of the news show. And then the Rational American, because I had a long conversation with April too. We have some awesome plans. But the Rational American is going to, once I get, so you guys remember the store, right? So I had the first studio that I had when we got the store. It had that brick wall background, right? So that room is going to be where I do a lot of the shipping, but that's where my office is going to be. And then where my old office was, the last office I had in that store, that is going to turn into a full-on podcast studio, because I'm going to, I've got a lot of local people that are not like I've got one guy that's running for state office, but he hasn't publicly announced, but he's like, let me come on your show. And I'm like, there's no point. And he's like, why? And I'm like, do you have a website? And he's like, no, not yet. And I'm like, so you can't come on the show yet. You got to actually have a place. You know what I mean? Like you have to have, like, because you're coming on the show to talk about something, to talk about your campaign, to talk about how you're going to change Virginia. You can't do that if you have no place for people to reach out to you, you know? So I'm waiting for him to come on and to get all that stuff. And then I'll have him on, and then some other people too. So Julie said people just need to get used to you. Yeah, I know. I'm like a fine wine. I don't remember the rest of that expression, so that didn't really work because I don't remember the rest of the statement there. But my back is the reason why I keep leaning back is because I'm leaning forward and it's hurting my back. So, Steve, have they checked for meningitis? My son got it at a young age. Probably. They probably tested for that along with everything else. They tested for, a lot of things, but it was more just asthma. And he's getting better. That's what they said last time. So, hopefully he is. It's kind of hard because I'm not here and I can't call my wife, and they're not doing any new testing. So, like, if they were doing testing, I get live testing notifications, right? So I could see as the tests come out live. You know what I should do? Just grab a pillow. I bet that would help. Yeah. There you go. And I'll sit with my arms crossed. Look mean, but I get like live testing notifications. So when they do a test on him, I get the results before the doctor even does. But they haven't done any testing, since yesterday. So they did all this blood work, they did all that stuff, and then they kind of are just letting him with oxygen, with prednisone, with and then albuterol breathing treatments. They're just waiting. So, and now they took him off oxygen, so he should be in good. Should be good as long as he does well through the night. He should be in good shape. However, but they still see. The part of me is he's still short. He's short in his breath. Like I could tell he's short. He's like, he's short on breath. Is that how you would say it? I don't know. So his breathing is like labored a little bit. And he does have crackling in his lungs. Even right before I left at 4:30 today, the respiratory person said, yeah, they still heard quite a bit of crackling, and it's all over the lungs, which is, it's at the top, it's at the bottom, it's in the front, it's in the back. So that's why they're saying, well, it's asthma. He's just had a very severe asthma attack, and it's just taking a long time to go away. But I'm shortness of breath is the term. Yeah. So what I'm curious about is, will they discharge him with shortness of breath as long as his O2 levels are high still? Like if he's still wheezing and all that shit, are they going to discharge him? Because I'm not going to be cool with that. But the son looks just like you. Yeah, except he doesn't have the beard. But yeah, he does. See, and the bunny, I don't know why sometimes it goes in the litter box and other times it's just like, fuck this litter box. Or it'll put its like legs in the litter box and hang its A off. Like, see, no privacy for you, bunny. See, you guys can all watch the bunny go to the bathroom. See, stanky ass fucking thing. That was the biggest mistake we made. Both my wife and I instantly regretted it. Instantly regretted it. No, okay, so like I said, Mickey, he sent a $20 one. So I will now read his comment. He said, LMAO, just to show you that a simple question is all I was asking. I don't know the rules. I don't listen often, but when I do, I donate. And half the crap you telling people you did not say, What? Half the crap I'm telling people I did not say. See, that's because, fuck it. All right, Mickey, I read your fucking comment. Go fuck off. I hate people. Bet the bunny is a male. No, it's a female. Because we ended up getting two female bunnies thinking that they would be able to get along together. And no, my wife put them down on the floor when she first brought them home. And they both tried to attack each other like crazy, and kill each other. And so then we had one bunny in Riley's room and one bunny in Liam's room. And the boys were supposed to take care of it, but they quickly decided they didn't want to do that. And then the bunny in Riley's room died, just, stopped eating and done. And then this bunny, we moved out of Liam's room once that happened because we're like, the bunnies need more attention. They got to be with us, all the time. We're always in the living room. So we're like, whatever, we'll put her here. And, yep, she's in here. That's all I could say. But the bunny, I mean, it's a good bunny. And we like it. It's super friendly. Like, it does the figure 8 thing around your legs and your hand. Like, you could pet it on one side and on the other, and it will just freak out trying to find your hand so it can nuzzle up into it. It's a good bunny. It just leaves this, like, silk hair everywhere. And it's annoying because it's hard to get off your clothing. Someone said, put the rabbit outside. No, I'm not going to do that. Someone said something about, I was not a paramedic. I was an EMT. But, yeah, pulse ox, we have that. One of the things that the doctor was looking for today was oh, God. What's it called? It's not meter where you blow into it and it'll tell you like your force or whatever. And they want to train Riley on it. So he will do it every morning and he'll know where he's supposed to be. And then, but I'm like, what's that do? So like, if you wake up and you are having trouble breathing and you're not able to get that force peak flow, there you go. And you're not able to get to that same medium that you were, you're not going to be able to do anything because you can't take an albuterol inhaler. That's a rescue inhaler. And there's no other fast-acting inhalers out there, I don't believe. So I don't know, man. I hope they figure it out, but we'll see. But they were trying to find one for us to take home. And then they said the spacers too, because he doesn't like using the spacer, but the doctor's like, they need to use the spacer because, they have to. That's why we prescribe them. So use the spacers. So, because my little boy has to take the inhalers all the time. He's got, the rescue inhalers at home as well, or at the office, at school. I've got one in my car. My wife has one in her car, in her purse, in his martial arts bag. He also keeps one. They have them. So it's just, I hate them. I not them. I hate asthma. It sucks, but we're going to have to figure. I worry now that they're not going to clear him to play football next year because there were several times last year or this past season when he was playing that I was like, dude, you got to go take your inhaler. Literally had to call him out and tell him to take his inhaler. Someone said, when rabbits circle you like that, it's a courting, mating behavior. He really loves you. Yeah, he doesn't more, or she doesn't more to my wife. She must be a lesbian rabbit. But yeah, no, they're good. But this one fattened up because my wife normally gives it so it's got hay inside the little room where it's always hanging out. And then it's got this bunny feed, which it loves. So in the morning, typically, my wife says you only give it that feed stuff just in the morning. I sneak another half a bowl for the bunny at night. And I do it because, my wife is always like, let the bunny out. And I'm like, okay, dear. So I open the front, the bunny jumps out, and then I go and I fill up a half a bowl of that shit. That bunny jumps right the hell back in there to go eat all that. So, but someone said, yeah, someone else said something about a chihuahua and asthma. I'm not getting I'm not getting a damn chihuahua. I'm not getting a chihuahua. I heard that too, though. They won't clear him. His asthma sounds bad. It is bad. Hopefully they do clear him. Otherwise, they got to do some tests. Like, for example, if they don't clear him tomorrow to come home, I'm going to start flipping out on him. I'll be honest with you. Because for one, I couldn't bring my younger son to go see him, which is bullshit, under COVID protocol. So they don't allow anyone under 18 to go see pediatric patients. I'm like, this is bullshit. It's his fucking brother. And they're like, even if a woman gave birth, and that baby, that infant, has brothers and sisters, they don't allow them into the hospital. And I'm like, that is stupid. But yeah, if they don't discharge him tomorrow, I'm going to seriously, call them out, because I think they should be running other tests. I think they should be doing updated blood work, right? They did blood work yesterday when he was in the emergency room. They haven't done any since. They should be doing other tests to find out what his viral infection is. Are his white blood cells and the lactic acid and all that stuff, is it gone down? Has anything changed? Because if they release him from the hospital, so they discharge him from the hospital, and he comes back here, and then whatever the viral shit is that's in him, that just kicks on again, and then he has a massive asthma attack in the middle of the night. Like, what do we do? You know what I mean? And that's what pissed me off. So they already had a cardiac monitor because he was tachycardic, whatever, yesterday. And to be honest, he's still been sitting high. He was sitting at like 110 beats per minute. For a 12-year-old as big as him, that is high. His resting heart rate should be anywhere between 60 and like 80. And his resting heart rate today was, between 100 and 115 resting still. Yesterday, however, his resting heart rate was between 120 and 130, which is why they were like freaking out a little bit. Rightfully so. But that was what was going on yesterday. So, but they had him on a cardiac monitor yesterday, and like people said, from the albuterol, yeah, because they gave him all sorts. They gave him oral steroids. They gave him a shit ton of prednisone. Prednisone for my kids makes them insanely hyper. Sometimes some kids it turns into the devil. My kids are fine on it. They just get very hyper. It's like sugar. So, but. Do we have a nebulizer at home? No, they're prescribing one. That is the one thing they said. So, and they did test for COVID. He doesn't have COVID. They tested for all the new variant. Someone asked yesterday, are they able to test for that new variant? According to the doctor, they are. So, respiratory treatment to create heart rate. Yeah, because albuterol is essentially adrenaline. So, I mean, it's not adrenaline, but you know what I mean. It has the same effect. So, yes. That is likely one of the reasons why his heart rate was so big. But yesterday he also had super low O2. He was at 84, so that also could play a part into it, because his heart is trying to pump more blood because his blood doesn't have enough oxygen, and it's just a never-ending cycle of bullshit. But someone said he's coming home. If he was not getting better, they would have ordered an MRI of his lungs and heart. Yeah. But he'll be fine. Hopefully he does come home. I got a feeling. I was hoping that he would come home today. I was hoping that they would get the wheeze to go away, which they weren't able to do. But they wanted to wean him off oxygen and they could tell we're kind of itching to get him home, because I asked my wife, asked a couple of times, even my mom, who snuck her way in there somehow, because it's restricted visiting, so it's only the parents. Somehow my mom got in there, and she's like, I drove 2 hours, you're gonna let me in there? And they're like, okay, ma'am. They just folded. But we all were kind of questioning I questioned the doctor this morning on it, because it caught me off guard, because he's like, oh, an O2 level of 92 is okay now, and I'm like, since when? If we had an O2 level of 92 in an ambulance, most of the time we'd put a nasal cannula on them and start low 1 or 2 liters of oxygen. So, well, I mean, maybe not with 92. It depends on how long the ride was. But the best part of a PET scan of a doctor, what to do? I don't know what you're saying. 95 above. I know. They checked. Yeah, his heart's fine. They checked him for everything. They're testing for the different variants, and they aren't testing for the different variants unless they are sending out specimens, and it would take a few days. No, actually, see, and here's the thing. There's a massive lab in Winchester, in Valley Health or whatever, and they do all that testing there. It's all the different grades of SARS. It says it right on the lab results. But again, you guys can believe what you want. They have the laboratory. So when they send it to other facilities, it's going to the laboratory in the hospital he's at. So, but yeah, it's just crazy stuff, man. It's something that I never thought, I never want to deal with it again, to be honest, because like I hold my shit together for the most part pretty good until like I think about it just for a couple of minutes. Like yesterday I fucked up because I just spent like hours searching last night, which is why I could never sleep because and I looked up every possible thing. I was going off his lab results and pulling every single possible thing and then connecting them. So I'm like, his white blood cells are high, his lactic acid super high, his C reaction thing was off the charts, or his lactic acid, literally the note from the lab said, warning, panic. And I was like, what the hell? But yeah, it's just crazy. Something coffee, I think your name was, you asked when the store, yeah, I don't know. I saw some comment in the chat. What was I saying? Oh, the store. So the store is open. Technically, we opened last week for the first time. I was going to open it on a limited schedule until we get all the computer and internet turned on and all that. Depending on how many boxes that I sell today, I may do that tomorrow. But it all depends. I could check, but I don't think we're there. No, we're not there. But to get the internet turned on tomorrow, and once that's done, then the store will be open Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday. However, I'm not going to be opening the store tomorrow morning because I don't know if I'm going to have to pick up my son. Because my wife doesn't have her car there. Obviously, it's still sitting at the urgent care because we have no friends. So I couldn't get the car picked up. So I'm just going to kind of wait. I'll go to the hospital in the morning after I drop the little guy off at school, which reminds me I need to end this show and go to bed. Yeah, and then we'll find out. And then hopefully he comes home tomorrow. And then Friday I'll be open. I have some more stuff in the store too, but I'm waiting for the ammo can so I can finish sending out all these ammo boxes and all that stuff. So it's going to be awesome. Someone said you could see his lab results. You could see it if it says different variants. Yeah, which I already said. It does say different variants. There were 3 different SARS tests that they did not at each location. The first location, they only did 1. And then when he got to the hospital down south, that's where they did the big one, which has 3 different types of SARS, COVID, whatever. So maybe it wasn't the newest variant, but they said they would. But yeah. So that's it. Hopefully they will get it all situated. Hopefully he'll come tomorrow. Hopefully, after the show ends, all of you guys go and buy a Patriotic as F bundle. So essentially 15 of you. That's all I need today. To meet my goal for the day today, 15 people go in place. Either the hoodie order or, preferably the Patriotic as F bundle. Get your orders in for that, and that's pretty much all I need. And again, if you use the code PATRIOT with the link, and I'll put it in the chat just again so you guys have it. If you use the code PATRIOT when you check out with the Patriotic as F bundle, it's free. Or not, it's not free. Fuck that. Nope. I said the wrong thing. You get 10% off your order. And if you want something free, put a hoodie in your cart and then add a mug. The mug will be free. And you can combine those two, but you won't get 10% off the hoodie. But yeah. Mick is created 6 Facebook accounts, dude. You have a problem, Mickey. You really do. You got a big problem. He just created a whole new Facebook account just to comment on the fucking channel. Unbelievable. But anyway, I appreciate all of you guys for watching, and I will see you at some point tomorrow. I would like to tell everybody to have a great night, except Mickey. You, sir, can go fuck yourself. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. You can have a good night too, buddy. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.